So here we are, ladies. Kate is looking way too good for early morning. So props.
Amazing, Kate. I just rolled out of bed.
I've worked out, showered. I'm all here. I'm all here.
Oh
On the
my
globe.
goodness.
That's nuts.
I'm in my Grinches and Griswold shirt. It just fits. Don't be a Grinch. Even though, Liz, I loved your Grinch little tree. Yeah, very cute. Very cute. So, thinking that we will try to lighten it up today. Anything fun happening, anything funny happening, anything that you know, you would cry unless you laughed kind of moments through the holidays?
Well, I have something that I can offer up with respect to when over the Thanksgiving holiday, we went to Maui. We had two of our boys with us. I said boys, they're men, 25 and 27. And we decided as a family that we were going to do surf lessons. And you might recall that a year ago, I had back surgery. And the day before, because I was like, I don't think I can do this surf thing. Like, how is this going to work? And my very encouraging young men were like, oh, it's fine. You just pop up. We all got on the ground and we all, after a short demonstration by Dugan, where he gets on his belly and he goes, you swim, 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 swim. And then you take your hands on the board, and then miraculously your feet just find themselves underneath you by popping up. You just pop up.
Find themselves.
Yeah, you're because when you're 25, you just will something to happen and it happens.
Yeah.
And your feet are on the board. Can't remember if they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be both facing forward.
And you're not 25, Kate?
I'm definitely not 25.
Okay.
So then the 27-year-old does it, and he's like, yeah, see, swim, 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 pop up. Like, you all doing it doesn't mean I can do it. So Tom's like, well, let me do it. Swim, 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 pop up. And his pop up is more of a, but
Okay.
he's up. He's got his feet, like whatever. And I'm like, all right, let me. I get down on the ground, swim, 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 swim. I put my hands down and I step. And I'm like, I don't think there's any popping up in my future. And they're like, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. I'm like, okay. So I decided that instead of the 25-year-olds teaching me how to surf on my on my tile in the living room, maybe I should try it with the instructor. So we get to the place and he's like, we call this what did he call it? He called it the 90. We're going to use the 90 today. And he says, we call it that because even the 90-year-old woman who comes and gets lessons from us can do this. I'm like, okay. This is boding well. I'm like half of that. I'm half of that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So their method, because it's the kids and Tom learned how to swim or how to surf, did their surf lesson, I should say. They did their one surf lesson on the East Coast. In this particular break, it's a long break. So you're going to do paddle, 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 hands, hands, knees, knees, feet. And I'm like, that sounds much different than popping up. Yeah, it's different. That's different. And so we practiced that a couple of times. Your feet have to go forward, your body goes where you're pointed. I'm very into yoga, so I'm trying to do warrior pose. And he's like, no, your hands are correct, your eyes are correct, but both feet have to be forward, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. So we get out there into the waves. And he says, oh, and by the way, it's very important how you fall off. You cannot, it is rocky. The break is super long, which
Oh,
it's super long. It's like, I don't know, feet, yard, whatever, but it's long. It's a couple of buses long. Maybe it's a bus and a half. I don't know, maybe two. It's long, but he's like, the reason that the break is so good to learn on is because it's long and it's slow, but it's rocky. So do not fall to the side. You'll hit yourself on a rock. Do not dive off. You'll hit yourself on a rock. Try, if at all possible, to hop off your board with your feet. Like, this is not going to go well.
It's a lot to remember. That's
It
a
is a
lot
lot
of
to
things that you
remember.
have to control.
Especially since I'm a paddleboarder and I was planning on just falling off. Like I was
Yeah.
planning on like diving off, right? So the surf lesson's like 3 hours long. We spend, whatever, half an hour on the land learning, swim. And we get out there in the water. And the first time he's like, okay, Kate, like swim, hands, knees, legs, blah, 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 go. And the first time I'm like, hands. And I'm like, and it's a slow break, but for me, it's like 45 miles an hour down towards but it's fun. I'm like, well, that's fun. Like, the wave peters out, I fall off, blah, blah, blah.
Wait, you were up? You surfed the first time?
Oh, no. I got on my hands.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay,
like,
so you're boogie boarding, basically.
kind of. I'm like a dog.
Okay.
I'm on hands.
That sounds like success to me.
Careening. Me too. I spend the next like hour and a half with this man disappointed because he's like, just get on your knees now. I will push you. Don't swim. Don't push you. You concentrate on getting your feet up. We eventually get a picture of me because I'm a big people pleaser, so I don't want to disappoint him. And for some reason, I care about his feelings more than I do my own. So I'm trying like heck to get up. I spend an hour and a half, and I'm like looking at my watch, like, when does this thing end? Because I'm having fun when it's just me on my knees and I'm headed towards the shore. But everybody wants me to get up. So every time I get up, my feet are facing the wrong direction. I'm up for like, I don't know, 2.5 seconds. I fall off the wrong way every time. At one point in time, I hit like my shoulder and my elbow on the sand, and I'm like, this is really dangerous. I should just stop trying to get up. Anyway, so that is my surfing story. We do have one picture where I look like I'm surfing.
I saw it and I thought you were surfing.
Yes. Most of the time I'm doing this. Yay! All the other times I'm like, well, Ono really wants me to get up. Really wants me, so I guess I gotta get up. But we're doing it again in February. And I think I'm just gonna like bodyboard. That is the fun part.
There's nothing. There we go. There you are.
There I am. See how that foot in the back is supposed to be it's supposed to be facing forward.
Okay. You look so happy though. This to me, this is, and I remember looking at this the first time and being like, this is joy. This is, I feel joy looking at this photo. Is that guy with the blue shirt your teacher?
No, that's my husband.
Oh, okay. Tom looks so happy. Look at him. He is the picture of joy. And I think the moral of this story is it's about the joy of the process, not the outcome.
Exactly. And the youngest kid we have, Dugan, was like, this was a week before we went out. He was like, because I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to surf. It just seems like a lot it seems like a lot. And you can stop sharing that now.
I want to point out the muscles in the legs. I mean, come on.
Seriously, that doesn't look like a person who had back surgery a year ago.
Well, that back one, remember that back leg back there, that toe, that doesn't feel anything. Shin unresponsive.
Well, it looks awesome.
But he was like, just think about it, about like you're in the water, and that's fun. And if you catch a wave, that's bonus. But you just got to think about it, about you being in the water and that being the fun part. And I was like, that's very zen. I will take that, you 25-year-old guru, you. So anyway, that's my fun story about how we have pictorial evidence of me surfing, where it was mostly yay.
Well, I'm going to give you a that was brave. That looked great. Like Liz said, you look so happy. But I'm wondering about the workout. How sore were you after, if at all?
Oh, I spend most of the time in Hawaii being sore because we do
Okay.
all these things that we don't normally do, right? We paddleboard and whatever. Very sore, very sore. I can't remember. I don't think I got injured. I might have had a cut on my hand at some point in time. I think from surfing, because I went down and I did hit a rock or whatever. And that's always good. Like within the first 5 minutes of doing an activity, when you get harmed,
Yeah.
like I'm already bleeding. This is gonna go great. When the family went in Costa Rica whitewater rafting, after like an hour-long bus ride, in the heat to the river, and they were like, we don't normally put this many people in a boat. Like, you can separate us, it's totally fine, we already have 2 volunteers. They're like, no, we brought a big boat and the most experienced guy, and we lasted literally 45 seconds before we were all out of the boat. I was bleeding, trapped under the boat against a rock. I was like, this is going well.
Wow.
But the other part of, like, as I reflect on it, the photographer was like, oh, I waited for an hour and a half to get you, to get a picture of you up. And it just, it's so funny how other people define your success and how you define your success, right? I was happy being in the waves, right? I was happy being in the water, but everyone else put on this, like, you're not successful until you're standing up. No, I was pretty good. I was pretty good.
Yeah.
Just holding on to me defining my own success.
Yeah, you're right.
There's so much I'm going to take from this story into 2024. And, we talked about in our last episode, our mantra for 2024, and mine's let's go. And I think I'm going to crop from that photo with your permission. No one else will see it but me. But I'm just going to crop your face. I'm going to put it, because I have my board, right? I have my board of inspiration. And I'm just going to put that on my board because it's all about defining success yourself and trying to find joy in the moment, right? Amidst all of the chaos, all of the things that are out of our control, all the things that we're pushing at ourselves out of our comfort zone to do, right? And I have a lot of things that I'm going to be trying to push myself out of my comfort zone in 2024. So your face is going to be my symbol.
Cool. I'm happy with that.
Thank you. You just saw my puppy, Veronica. If I just have one goal for the holidays, it's that she stops pooping on Ian's pillow. That's why she's sitting here with me right now, because she is not trusted. She cannot be trusted. And it's so weird because he's the one person that didn't want her in our family. Understandably, we have enough pets. We didn't need another one. But, part of my grief manifestation has been looking at all these animal rescue sites and posts, and God help us. But I swear it's like she knows that he's the one that doesn't want her.
Yeah.
Because we're up to, I think the last time I talked to you, we were at 2. She's pooped on his pillow 4 times. His pillow.
His pillow in his bed.
Pillow in his bed. I mean, if that's not direct messaging, I don't know what is.
Yeah. I
So
mean, they don't know English, but so they speak their own language.
mhm.
I've
Mm.
gotten to, I have two suitcases that are in the closet that I'm surreptitiously packing because when Newton notices that I'm packing, he gets mad and he pees. And the last time, not the last time I left, but the last time I left without, I came back from New York for like 10 days. I was there for 2 days and I went to Portland and I left with a backpack. It wasn't even like a full-blown suitcase, with a backpack. And he walked into the bedroom, looked at Tom, and peed on the floor. It's not okay, buddy.
Mm.
It's not okay.
I would like to see Newton in another holiday outfit before the end of the year.
He has his little scarf on. Does that count?
Yes, let me see.
He's gonna be so mad because he was sleeping very soundly. He's not good at outfits, by the way. He's not. He's
He
good.
doesn't appreciate them.
He looks at me like, get it off.
Okay, wait, what is that? What is that scarf?
It's purple, which I don't know why it's purple, but it has Santa's
Oh,
and ho 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 on it.
oh, that's sweet. See, that perks me right up.
So
Wanna
cute.
go back? Okay.
So cute. Well, Liz, I got a couple of your photos about your Christmas lights. Do you want to talk about that at all?
I mean, I can. In fact, you could even see you can see our mushroom tree if I point my computer out the window. Do you see it? It has a pink cross at the top.
Yes.
Oh, bless his heart. Okay, so, I've been sad, obviously, understandably, missing my mom. She was the one that made Christmas magical. And so I just haven't felt it. It took me 3 times to try to decorate the tree, and it is decorated. And we weren't going to do lights on the outside of the house, but our fantastic, wonderful landscaper Yingo came and was like, "Hey, you want me to do lights?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not really feeling it this year." And he said, "No, let me do it." So we said, "Okay." So he spent 3 hours putting the lights up, and I didn't pay any attention to what happened. He just put out whatever in the garage, whatever lights we had. And I mean, I can only describe the outcome as it looked like Santa took acid and vomited over. That's the best one, actually, right there. That's the one that I am lighting. We kept that one lit, but the rest of it, like, look at this. The tree on the left, the lights are just like it looks like they were lit and then just thrown at the tree because they're hanging off the lights. And then the two small trees that don't have any leaves on them anymore. They look like, I don't even know, and there are different colored lights. All the lights on the house, they're not like the colors of the lights are not the same. It goes like a strand of clear and then a strand of like
Yeah, I wondered
yellow.
about these. Are those like LED purplish and these are
Yes, well, no,
soft
I mean,
yellow white?
the ones on the left are the LED, but they're kind of they're meant to be clear, but they do have a bit of a purple look to them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so I went outside and I looked at the lights and I was like, this is so appropriate. This feels right to me. And and I just went back inside. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And it was the night I was trying for the third time to decorate the Christmas tree. And I ended up like I left it like that for a couple days, and I can't say anything to Yingo. Like he spent 3 hours, and he's not a professional lights person. He just did it because he's so sweet, and
Yeah.
I couldn't be like I can't take the lights down. I just don't light them up, except for the mushroom tree, because I think it's fantastic. But I feel a little bit bad because our neighborhood,
So this one wins.
yeah, that wins. Look at that. That is fantastic. You know, that's pretty much all I can bring to the table this year.
I mean,
But our
maybe he did this one first and was like, that was a lot of fucking work.
he was tired. I think that's right, because this is a work of art. Honestly,
there's so much.
it's so much, and he made that cross. Like, I don't even know where he got those pink lights. He might have had them. I don't know, because I did not supply those pink lights.
I think that the kids did it.
No, I don't know. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, our neighbors, they either like hire professionals to do their lights, or they, have a design in mind. There's a theme, the theme is connected throughout the display.
They're all the color of white.
Right. They're the same color of white. I don't know. Honestly, it feels very fitting. And I think that the moral of this story is a combination of fake it till you make it and let it be, which is my theme for this holiday.
Yeah.
Is let it be.
Let it unfold.
Let it unfold. And I think it's good. It's okay. It's okay to fumble. There's a lot of pressure on this time of year, a lot. And I think you have to have permission to fumble and to be a bit wounded. Because I think that, I feel like the walking wounded is what I would say. And that has to be all right. And it's funny, we think our kids are paying attention to everything, and that they're, my kids do keep score about who gets, the same number of gifts. But I said to my son the other day, honey, we were on a hike, actually, which was his Christmas present to me because he hates hiking. And he said, I feel like I need to apologize because I've been pretty sad lately, and I think it's distracted me. And so if you have felt ignored, I'm really sorry. And he goes, you have? I didn't notice. They don't care. They don't know. They don't care. They're starring in their own movies.
Mm-hmm.
So
they
we
don't
just
notice a lot, but let's rewind.
Yeah.
He gave you the gift of hiking for Christmas and hates to hike. I mean, how sweet is that?
I know. All my kids are doing that. They're all today I'm hiking with Mia. I had to lie to her a little bit because she really, she has a lot of friends she wants to hang out with. And so she said, how long is this going to be? How long is it? And I was like, oh, probably an hour and a half. It's not that long. It's at least 3 hours, what we're going to be doing, at least.
Oh my God.
In a 2,000-foot elevation gain. Merry Christmas!
Is that, like, in Oregon, it is so important to have lights because you only get this time of year. This is the shortest day of the year. I think you're going to have 6 hours of sunlight today. And that sunlight, quotes around that, is going to be muted by, I checked your weather. I think you've actually got some sun coming through, but it's still super muted. And often covered with clouds, so it doesn't even feel like you ever get the sunlight during that time of year. And for me, the people who have their lights on are so important because it is that thing that guides you during the winter months. I don't care if all your whites match. Just turn them on so that someone's like, oh hell yes, I can see in the darkness here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And and it goes back to, are you going to allow yourself to feel judged by the neighbors, or are you going to say, I like my rights, or this is just me this year.
This is
I
just
don't like
me
them,
this
but they're
year.
here.
They're here.
Right. And someone else did it. And I think that's the other thing. It's like, we're so lucky that we have this person who cares about us and we care about him. You know, I mean, it's like it's he's our friend, and we um, are just really lucky that he's in our lives, and we've worked together for like 8 years, you know, and so focus on that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's love.
That's
Mhm.
love. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And he just got tired after the first masterpiece. He was like, I can't continue to do that for every single one of these. So
Yeah. I don't even know. I don't know. But all I know is that I'm going to go turn all the rest of the lights on as soon as we're done with this conversation.
you got to be a bright spot.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I got a couple photos I can share too. I know I've talked to you all about Peanut, Easton's dog. He brought home December 15th last year. And not welcome. We had said no, no, hell no. And I've talked about the carpet and the wood. He's chewed up the wood molding around different places of our home. He's chewed up the paint that he has stripped. Basically we've got a huge redo. So here's one of those pictures. This is the carpet. It is right inside our front door, like into the living room. He has dug down into the nubbins. So obviously we have to replace it. And last night, Easton and Peanut were getting ready to come home from Detroit for the Christmas holiday. And so, here's the social media picture of the beautiful tree.
It is beautiful.
What we're all like mentally braced. It feels like Christmas vacation and the calm before the storm, and we're watching, the GPS to see when Easton's going to arrive and when Peanut's going to bust in the door, and trying to think about all the things we have to move. And we're actually asking ourselves, who's going to be Uncle Eddie this year? So Peanut busts in. I was betting he was going to go after the pine cones,
Would be my
which
bet.
I was like, that's okay. Or knock off one of these ornaments or steal it. What does he do? No, he sniffs around. This is the same carpet that I just showed you in another area.
And it's a
Um,
real
it's a real tree. No, Peanut decides to lift his leg on the tree.
Oh
yeah.
God.
That's
He peed on the tree.
on that.
So then we're like screaming and shooing Peanut out the front door, and letting him outside, and we watch him outside run, 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 do his zoomies, and we're like, okay, we'll let Peanut back in. We cleaned up the mess. What does he do when he runs back in?
He's on the tree.
He's got poop shooting at the back end on the same damn carpet. We're like, oh my God. Mike goes, Easton, you're 5 minutes in. And we've already had the peas and the poops on the carpet. What the hell does he have against this carpet?
What does Easton say about all this?
He just quietly goes over to the cabinet, gets out the spray, and gets out the stuff. And we're just like, oh, we've got like, what, 5 days of this?
Oh Lord.
And this dog is now 60 pounds tall. He is Aussie Doodle. He is full of energy. He's trying to pack everyone together, and
You don't do that, do you, Newt?
no, Newton is good.
Newton just pees in suitcases.
No, he just pees in protest.
Protest peas.
Yeah.
Protest peas.
Come here.
So we'll get the dogs together someday.
Come here. Come here. Oh. Look at how big she is already.
No pooping in Ian's
No pooping
pillow.
on Ian's pillow. No pooping. Look at her ears. You know, there's like being cross-eyed. She's cross-eared. Cross. That's how she looks at you a lot of the time.
What does she have hanging out of her mouth? They gone? Was it just drool?
Nothing. I think it was just the way the light was. Look at her. Talk about being big. She's gonna be like 65 pounds.
Mm.
I don't know how you could hate her when you love her so much.
I love her. She's just really a lot. She's a lot of work. She's
They
a
all
lot.
are.
They all are. You're worth it. You're worth it.
Look at those kisses. All right, ladies. Well, happy holiday, Merry Christmas. Love you both.
Love
Tell all
you.
your families hello.
I will. I'll tell them you said Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes, yes. Mwah.
Mwah.